Welcome to this presentation on pre-kindergarten tuition. In our time together, this presentation will include Statute on pre-kindergarten tuition, tuition, foundation school program and other funding, tuition rate approvals, resources, and frequently asked questions. At the conclusion of this presentation, participants will take away when tuition can be charged to students, the process for tuition rate approval, and resources for pre-kindergarten tuition. Statute regarding tuition supported in district finance pre-kindergarten can be found in Texas Education Code section 29.1531. A school district may offer on a tuition basis or use district funds to provide an additional half-day of pre-kindergarten classes to children who are eligible for classes under section 29.153 and are under 4 years of age, and half-day and full-day pre-kindergarten classes to children not eligible for classes under section 29.153. A district that offers pre-kindergarten program on a tuition basis may not adopt tuition rate for the program that is higher than necessary to cover the added costs of providing the program, including any costs associated with collecting, reporting, and analyzing data under section 29.1532C, and must submit the proposed tuition rate to the Commissioner for approval. As we proceed through this presentation, please remember that LEAs with 15 or more eligible 4-year-old children must offer free full-day pre-kindergarten to eligible children. Additionally, offering a tuition-based program must not interfere with an LEA's ability to serve eligible children. For pre-kindergarten eligible students, including those eligible 3 and 4-year-old students, they are funded through Foundation School Program Funding, or FSP. Most of the time when speaking about funding for eligible students, LEAs know that 3 and 4-year-old eligible students draw down half-day ADA. ADA stands for Average Daily Attendance, and those funds come from the Foundation School Program funding. Because eligible students only draw down half-day ADA, districts have to fund the other half-day for eligible 4-year-olds who are required to receive a full day of pre-kindergarten. Every LEA is different in how they fund the other half of that required full day. Some LEAs might use their early education allotment funds, while some have other funding streams. For students who are not eligible for free pre-kindergarten, and depending on how LEAs use their local funding, charging tuition is another means to provide pre-kindergarten to children in your local community. A district may charge tuition to provide half-day and full-day pre-kindergarten classes to children who are ineligible for free pre-kindergarten classes, and an additional half-day of pre-kindergarten classes to those 3-year-old children who are eligible for free pre-kindergarten classes. If a district charges tuition, the tuition may not be higher than is necessary to cover the added costs of providing the additional pre-kindergarten classes, including any costs associated with data collection and reporting requirements, and the district must submit a proposed tuition rate to the Commissioner for approval annually. On the Early Childhood Education website, we have provided a sample tuition rate letter for LEAs to use when submitting their proposals for tuition. You can see the sample proposed tuition rate letter here. The pre-kindergarten tuition approval process occurs annually. TEA provides maximum pre-kindergarten tuition rates. These rates are typically available for LEAs to begin drafting their letters in the summer, about June and July each year. LEAs submit pre-kindergarten tuition proposals to the ECE team. Once LEAs have drafted their proposed tuition rates, they should email those letters to Rebecca Matz. Proposed pre-kindergarten tuition rate letters are reviewed. Rates that are missing or incorrect are returned. If the proposed tuition rates are missing information or the rates go beyond the maximum pre-kindergarten tuition rates, then the ECE team will contact the LEA to provide support in correcting the proposed tuition rate letter. Accurate letters are submitted to the Associate Commissioner. If the proposed pre-kindergarten tuition rate letter is accurate, those letters will be sent to the Associate Commissioner for final approval and signature. Approved tuition rates are sent to the LEA. Once signed, a copy of the signed and approved tuition rate letter will be sent to the LEA for their records. After the rates have been approved, then the LEA can inform non-eligible students what their tuition would be for the pre-kindergarten program. While we typically see an influx of proposed tuition rates in the late summer, tuition letters are accepted all year long as LEAs change or update their pre-kindergarten programs. The process can go fairly quickly during slower times of year, but we encourage LEAs to communicate to tuition-based families that their tuition amount is not finalized until after it has been approved by the Commissioner. The Early Childhood Education team has several resources on pre-kindergarten tuition. First, there is a dedicated page and FAQ section for pre-kindergarten tuition. Additionally, there are two relevant statutes charging tuition. First is the Tuition Support in a District Financed Pre-Kindergarten Statute that we covered at the beginning of this presentation. An additional statute related to the tuition is the Tuition for Students Holding Certain Student Visas. This statute outlines that a student might be required to pay tuition if it is a condition of the student holding or obtaining a United States student visa. I will review some of the frequently asked questions and answers we have received for pre-kindergarten tuition. Can an LEA charge tuition to provide an additional half day of pre-K to eligible 3 and 4-year-old children? Yes. A district or open enrollment charter school may charge tuition to provide an additional half day of pre-kindergarten classes to those 3-year-old children who are eligible for free pre-kindergarten classes. How often does my district have to submit a pre-kindergarten tuition rate request letter? Districts are required to submit a pre-kindergarten tuition rate request letter to the Commissioner every year. The district should follow the sample proposed tuition rate request letter included on the ECE webpage. How much can my district charge for tuition to serve ineligible 3 or 4-year-olds? If a district charges tuition, the tuition may not be higher than is necessary to cover the added costs of providing the additional pre-kindergarten classes, including any costs associated with data collection and reporting requirements. Can an LEA offer their employees a discounted tuition rate? Yes. Districts may offer their employees a discounted tuition rate. The discounted tuition rate must be less than the amount approved in the district's annual request letter. In this case, the district would provide the additional costs that the tuition does not cover. Can a district offer a sliding scale for tuition for families of ineligible 3 and 4-year-olds? Yes. Districts may offer a sliding scale for tuition. The sliding scale rates must be equal to or less than the amount approved in the district's annual request letter process. In this case, the district will provide the additional cost that the tuition does not cover. Do districts receive average daily attendance, or ADA, funds for ineligible students enrolled in a tuition-based pre-kindergarten program? No. Tuition programs serve children who are ineligible. They do not meet eligibility criteria requirements to attend pre-kindergarten. Therefore, districts do not receive ADA or state funds to support tuition-based pre-kindergarten programs. To contact us more efficiently, please use the ECE support portal. This form allows stakeholders to select their desired topic area, see relevant and common information for those areas, and additional resources for more assistance. There is a dedicated pre-K tuition section as well. Plus, if for some reason that information does not answer your specific question, stakeholders can send their question directly through the ECE support portal to the specialists that will be able to assist them. This new support portal will help the ECE team in providing more targeted support, consistent and timely responses, as well as make impactful decisions based on the questions we are receiving from the field. The last piece this portal has is contact information to the other divisions that cross over in early childhood, such as special education, English learner support, and ECDS, to name a few. To submit pre-kindergarten tuition proposal rate letters, please email Rebecca Matz at rebecca.matz@tea.texas.gov. In closing, please remember that pre-kindergarten tuition is an annual process, and there are ample resources available to the LEAs on the early childhood education web pages. Thank you for joining us.